Welcome to Zion Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Uganda. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni can't hold it anymore as Bobi Wine now taking over his administration. And according to the newspaper written, the East African newspaper, Museveni is under siege as his opponent, Mr. Bobi Wine, is now leading. Museveni, the East Africa versus Bobi Wine, a rematch. Another clash of generation, ideology, and vision for Ugandans. Future is the making as the two rivals lock horns again, with the odds still stacked against the youthful challenger in 2026. Then, the writing in yellow, Yala MPs ask Ruto to address cash crisis. Then, Samia dissolve parliament. On the side of Tanzania, Samia is also having another trouble. William Ruto, Kenya, also another trouble. But in Uganda, there is another storm. The current head of state is not having any interest to retire at this point, while Bobi Wine is now rising his horns to pierce the current head of state. Let us look how many years Museveni have ruled in Uganda. That is what we want to begin with. How many years Museveni have ruled in Uganda before we dig deep into this analysis. But before I carry on, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, like my video, share them to your friends, family, and relatives. Welcome all to Zion Analysis, whether you are in Africa or outside the country or outside Africa. I want to say thank you even for those of you who are watching me in the United States of America, those of you who are watching me in Singapore, those of you who are watching me in Sydney, Australia. I know many of you, like my friend Jack, those of you who are watching me in overseas country, like my friend, the first person who had subscribed to this broadcast. I don't know what to mention the name. Anyway, thank you all. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, born 15th September 1944, is a Ugandan politician, military officer, and dictator who has served as the 9th and current president of Uganda since 1986. These are not my words. So Ugandan, please don't sue me. I give your head of state respect. I give every person respect, from my family up to Ugandan or any other person across the world, including me. But the one whom I honor most is God, because he's the one who gives us life and take it. Anyway, it is well described a dictator who has served as the 9th and current president. Tumeelewana hapo? Tanzania mko na shida. Kenya huwezi leta hii. In Kenya you don't bring this. Kenya is another world. Aha, that is Museveni. Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is called Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu. Ni mwanasiasa mwimbaji, is a singer, and again a businessman. Ugandan opposition leader in Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's administration. Then he has a law development in Uganda since 2018, International University of East Africa, That is how it's described. And also, activists, his friends are Museveni and the rest. He has a family and born 1982. I think when Museveni had started politics. Yeah, that is when he was born. Now imagine, let's assume whichever. Now, Bobi Wine and Museveni are now fighting. The other day, Museveni has said he's going to surrender. I don't know what happened, and he just came abruptly in social media saying he will still vie for president. Surely, Museveni. Surely. Hata kama power ni, even if power is sweet like this, why don't you just say now, no? You even confess with your wife by saying, I'm this and that, we are sorry to Ugandans, we'll never abduct you, we'll never do this and that. And then, when you see someone rising up, you demean him. Give Bobi Wine this chance to at least Ugandans to try, as Bobi Wine making you to feel it. And release Besigye. You've done so much for that gentleman. Release him in any case. I don't know if he has released. I will do the research. But in any case, you have released it. Wonderful job. At least give Ugandans another blood. You've ruled. That is enough. Even the verb always says, when an old man has done something essential, then after that recognition, he ought to surrender and resign, regardless in the position he is or she is. Underline, when an old man. You cannot vie for the presidency with this your age. If Ugandan people want a revolution, if Ugandan people want Uganda to grow, then the only advice I can tell you, please choose youths. The old are tired and they are not ready for any correction. The only thing they can do is concentrate on the family issues, but not development. So that is why Museveni is fighting Bobi Wine, because Bobi Wine is a threat to him. Bobi Wine is like Babu Wino here in Kenya. He is the only person who is dismantling Museveni. And Museveni is saying, now because you have grown ons and you want to demean me not to get another chance, I will deal with you. So, Mr. Bobi Wine, you must be very keen, because the enemies are rising up and they're coming for you. It is called African dictatorship, which leaders are not ready to hand over. Museveni started ruling. Even Moi was a dictator, the late, but he had to surrender. He had ruled this country for 24 years. US is now too much. Museveni and Paul Kagame, they are supposed to retire. They have ruled and ruled African residents for so long. It is their time to go and relax. Even at least they can graze cows and enjoy the cool breeze from their home and government pension. That is what they can do. And at least allow youth to work. Allow youth to perform their duties. And stop threatening youths. I am telling you, and I'm trying to predict, Ugandan people might turn wild against you. There are those people who refuse to get out from power. We saw Mugabe the late. What happened to him? But I wish you all the best in every life. But the fact remains that at least give space for youth. Even if it was me, I could have surrender. Only 2 terms is enough. And even if it is 1 term, it depends how people will love you, rather than forcing issues and creating wars among ourselves. United States of America are always very much smart, and they don't just elect people. Even the current head of state is a very powerful man. He was elected because they saw his good job. The same way Ugandan will also turn wild against you because they are not ready to be joked with. And Bobi Wine is now overthrowing you, and that is why you are bitter, as you are under set on a serious ICU. Please, I beg you to hand over power to the youth. At least let youth also to testify what they want in future. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your take? It is Zan Kenya TV YouTube channel, and thank you so much East Africa community for your support. Kenyans and across African global, I want to say thank you and thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet on another political discussion.